you.
You're live.
Oh, we're live.
Alright, we're live. Here we go. Chris, I'm gonna need you to sit very still.
I'm so scared.
I'm scared too. I don't want to cut your lips off. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're just gonna leave me a neck beard?
Oh, that's a good idea. No. Well, I could cut your jugular right off right now. Oh, yeah, there we go.
Oh, you're just like a race car, like a track on my face.
Yeah, we're done. Okay. Oh yeah, this is good.
I'm glad you're an artist, Caleb.
Certified. Certified artist. Oh yeah. Oh, I got your beard hair all over my hand. Oh.
I mean, several people say go for the mustache look
Oh, well, guess what? They're in luck.
or the bare face look.
Bare face.
What if you go mustache, but bring it in?
If y'all can get,
Mustache, but bring it in.
if y'all
just
can
like
get
a little-
100 people, if y'all can get 100 people to be watching this video,
If we get 100 people
I will
live,
shave one of his eyebrows.
I was gonna say I'll go bald, but eyebrow might be worse.
Whole
If you get 100 people on Instagram right now, you can share it with whoever you want. 100 people watch Instagram right now. At the end of this video, we'll shave one of his eyebrows.
That means everyone get on their Finsta. 100 people, let's go.
Chris is gonna shave it. Oh man. We need a razor.
That might be unforgivable.
That might- Oh yeah. This is good.
Are you like putting designs in there or what?
Ali said BRB. She's getting people.
Uh-oh.
And we have students that might actually do it.
Uh-huh. We have more than 100 students, so
You were the one who said 100.
yeah.
Immediate regret.
Jacob's over there texting all his college people.
I like that. You got the handlebar stash going on right now.
Let's see, let's check it out.
Oh, 55.
Oh!
Oh, okay.
Little handlebar stash.
Yeah.
All right, let's clean the back up.
All right, get the net.
Turn it around. Turn it around.
Oh, just say 60.
Oh gosh. This is not fair.
Look down. Look down. We need a comb up in here.
And don't forget, if we hit 100 live viewers right now, Chris shaves his whole face, head, and eyebrows.
No, 200 for the head and eyebrows.
Oh, 70.
This is ridiculous what this is.
You're lying. You're lying. Here we go.
73.
You just want to clear it out?
Whatever looks good. As Caleb just told everyone viewing our Insta Live that if we can get over 100, I'm shaving one of my eyebrows
Oh,
off.
that was so close.
And we're at like 70 right now.
I don't believe that. I think Ben's.
I just made my own little video. Ben, what are we at right
We're
now?
almost there.
That's a lie. You're so full of it.
We're at 74.
No, we're not.
Here we are.
You're lying.
All right, how we doing?
Oh, we're doing pretty good, man.
All right,
Oh, we should probably get this night going. What do you think?
let's do it. Let's get this thing going.
Let's get this thing going. All right,
All right, we'll
Oh,
stop right here.
83.
there we go. All right, what's up?
What's up, everybody?
Harbor
I
Live.
hope you guys can see this little, I don't know, what do you call this?
Little handlebar,
Little
man.
handlebar,
Yeah,
Chu Man Fu
yeah.
Man Chu. Chu Man Fu.
I got Chris's beard hair on my hands. That is not Corona appropriate.
But here's the deal. We're glad you're with us tonight. We're going to get going with a couple of announcements, but if we can get over 100 of you guys to stay with us over the next 20 minutes,
Are we going head or eyebrow? We can do anyone you want.
I would rather go head than
We will
eyebrow.
shave his head bald. to the skin if you put 100 people on Instagram.
150, I'll do it with you.
Oh, and if you get
150?
150, I will shave both Ben and Chris's head. That's what I'm talking about. It's going to be amazing. So, a couple of quick announcements. What you need to know, number one, is we're starting a new reading plan on Instagram, and that plan is happening tomorrow. We're going through the book of Ephesians. We're not going to actually do a YouVersion Bible app reading plan. We're going to do our own reading plan tomorrow. Book of Ephesians. Heather's going to put kind of the plan for the week. So read along with us. We're just reading chunks of each chapter each day. Going to be cool. Second announcement is we have our live small groups on Zoom Tuesday night for high school, Wednesday night for middle school at 7 o'clock. Hey, bring a friend, invite somebody, share with them. They're all sitting at home anyway, so man, might as well hook them up, hit them up. And then graduates, if you are a high school senior and you are graduating, man, we are so excited for you. We are still going to do some really special things. We're going to hand deliver some things. We've got a lot of cool stuff planned over the next couple months. So what we need for you to do is register, because we're going to primarily celebrate y'all on June 7th. That's our graduate Sunday. June 7th, we're going to celebrate, so register online. Be prepared for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Going to be a lot of cool things that we want to celebrate and honor you. And now Heather's going to come and share with us. Heather's going to come share with us. That's going to happen. She's coming in. Welcome her. We'll get you your table.
Oh, thanks. Thank you so much for that. Hey guys, what's up? I'm excited to share with you guys tonight. We have some pretty cool things that we're going to be doing over the next couple of weeks. So last week, Caleb, when he shared with us, he said this phrase that said, chaos reveals the condition of your heart. And we looked at how that isn't something that we have the ability to fix on our own, that it is something that is only solved through trusting in the finished work of Jesus and experiencing the peace that he gives us. But that peace isn't just something that is meant for us to keep on our own, that it is something that is meant to be shared with those around us, that Christ has sent us out to share that with those that are in our community and with those that are around us. So to be sent out is to have this this kind of missional mindset that we impact our communities, that we impact those around us. And the thing is, a lot of times when we say missionary or missional, we have a tendency to think of having to go 3,000 miles away, but that's not the case. So tonight, I'm super excited. We have some videos that we're going to show you guys over the next couple of weeks of people that we know that have been on the mission field, that they are experiencing what it's like to live overseas, to do different things. So tonight, we have a video from a girl named Catherine McCarthy. She actually used to work on staff here at River Oak before the Lord sent her to Mexico. And so she is working with Wycliffe, I think I said that right, Bible translators, and she is a teacher down there, among other things that she is involved in. So we're going to play a short video for you guys to check out a little bit more about her story.
Hi, my name is Catherine McCarthy. I'm a missionary with Wycliffe Bible Translators, and I'm usually stationed in Oaxaca, Mexico. However, currently, due to the pandemic, I am temporarily here, back in the States in Chesapeake, Virginia. It's great to be back, especially during this beautiful weather. I wanted to talk with you guys today about one of the ways I have seen God work on the mission field. When I originally started thinking about what I could share with you, I automatically wanted to think of the most dramatic, most impactful circumstance that I could come up with that I had seen. But the more that I prayed about it, and the more that I thought through some of the situations that I have been in and seen, I realized that the most impactful, the most personal, the most beautiful way that I have seen God work is truly in his provision, his daily provision for me and for the missionaries and for you. I want to read a verse to start. It's found in Matthew chapter 6, verses 33 and 34. I'm sure you've heard it. It says, "But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. When I moved to Oaxaca, Mexico, I had a one-way ticket and I didn't know where I was going to stay. I knew that there was a Wycliffe base I could stay temporarily at, but I had to search for an apartment. I knew that God would provide because he had called me there and there was some place, but little did I know that he wasn't just going to provide an apartment for me, but he was going to provide a family. The first week in Mexico, I visited the school I would later teach at, and I met a girl who introduced herself and said, I'm looking for a roommate. My roommates have just moved to the States and I really need to find someone to fill the room. And of course, I jumped at that opportunity and moved in with her. Little did I know that she would become my best friend in Mexico, and her family would really adopt me as one of their own. Family is so important to me, and God knew that, and God provided. He provided not only a place for me to stay, a place for me to live, but He provided so much more. And that's really what I want to talk to you guys about, is that God's provision is so much greater than anything we could ever imagine. That He doesn't just provide for our daily needs, and He does do that, but He provides for those personal aspects of our character. Such a beautiful thing that the creator of the universe, the God and King of kings and Lord of lords, would look down on each individual and know what makes them happy. And that He cares so greatly for us that He's just not going to provide an apartment, but He's going to provide a family. I have one last verse I want to close with. It's found in Ephesians. It's Ephesians 3. It's at the end of the chapter. Excuse me, I turned to it real fast. I had my finger on it and I just lost it. Verses 20 and 21, it says, Now to Him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine, according to His power that is in work within us. To Him be the glory in the church and in Christ Jesus through all generations forever and ever. Amen. I pray that during this time of isolation, as we each are in our own quarantine, I pray that you would know and see God's provision in the minute little details of your daily life. How He doesn't just provide the big things, but He looks and He provides those tiny personal aspects as well.
All right. So guys, that was Catherine. And Catherine, thank you so much for sharing that video and that story with us of just what you've seen and experienced. I think so often when we think of missionaries, we tend to think of just those big God moments, those awe-astounding stories of people coming to faith or God intervening at the last minute. And we have a tendency to forget His provision in just the daily details of our lives. So Catherine, she read a verse out of Matthew 6, and I want to read it for us again. It's Matthew 6, 33 through 34. It says, But seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. Therefore, do not be anxious about tomorrow, for tomorrow will be anxious for itself. Sufficient for the day is its own trouble. So this passage is something that's probably familiar to a lot of you, and the verses prior to that, I'm sure that a lot of you have heard before. It's the verses that talk about if God will provide for the birds of the air or the lilies of the field, how much more will He provide for you? Somebody that is created in His image, somebody that He formed. And it just shows His love and His just how much He values us. And so the verse that it's talking about or verse 33, when it talks about seek first his kingdom, it's telling us that no matter what circumstances we have going on, we all face worry and anxiety. I'm sure even just in the midst of COVID-19, that the Lord needs to be our focus. And that when we keep our focus on him, his authority and his character, he takes care of the rest. We don't have to worry about what tomorrow is going to bring. But what I love about this verse is that there's not an exception clause. That it's not saying, hey, if there's a global pandemic, if there is someone in your family that's gotten sick, if your parents are getting a divorce, if you're failing class, if whatever happens, then it's okay. Like, you don't have to trust the Lord in that moment. You can worry, but there's no exception clause within this verse. It's saying, trust the Lord in all times, and he is the one that will provide and take care of you. And what I love about Catherine's story is that she was seeking God first, that you see that within just her actions. She was not looking for comfort, that she wasn't looking for even just security or assurance. She went to Mexico not fully understanding where she would end up. She didn't have a permanent place to live yet. She didn't have a settled mindset of exactly where she would be going each day. There was no security there. But what she did know is that God had called her, and she was faithful to obey that step, that she trusted him, and she knew that God would take care of the rest. And I think so often what I love and admire is that Catherine went. And I think a lot of times we equate trusting with the Lord with waiting on him. And yes, that's true. But I think a lot of times we also equate that with inaction. That we say, I'm going to wait and I'm going to trust in the Lord, but I'm not going to take that step until everything is laid out in front of me. That trusting Jesus does not mean inaction. Catherine's mindset wasn't this idea of, I'm going to trust Jesus, but I'm only going to trust him until, I find a place to live and then I'm going to go. She said, no, I know that the Lord has called me there and I'm going to go regardless, because I know that he's got me. And so she trusted Jesus with the next step, and she knew that he would provide along the way. And I think so often we struggle with that, where we say, God, I'm trusting you, but I want to see the end result. I want to see where you're taking me before I take that step. But that's not a life of faith. Actually, more often than not, that's a life of selfishness, because we want to see what the end result is going to be. We want to know that it's going to work out in our favor before we take that step. And so when it comes to seeking him first, it means taking the next step that's before us, not knowing what the end result is going to be, not knowing what the end game is. And I love, that the Lord, there's this passage in Psalms 119, but it talks about, how the Lord puts enough light in front of us to take the next step, that the whole path isn't lit up. And so trusting the Lord means taking that next step. And so this doesn't just apply to this missionary mindset of, yeah, that's great, they're on the mission field, they have to trust in the Lord. That applies to us today in our daily life, right where you're at. You might not know exactly what God has planned for your life, but you know and can do what he has called you to in the present moment. And I think so oftentimes we get wrapped up in this question of, well, what is my calling? What has he told me to do? And we're looking for this big idea of what our life is going to revolve around. But we miss the fact that God has told us what to do in the present moment, that he has told us in his word to love your neighbor, to serve those around you, that we miss out on the small details of life because we're so consumed with thinking about the big picture. And so guys, my challenge for you tonight is, as we look at what it looks like to have this missional mindset, to be somebody that is not self-focused, or to be somebody that is focused on what the Lord has, that we would seek him, trust him in the small details of life, and knowing that he does provide for us, that he does care for us. And I love what Catherine said just about how God is so personal, that the Lord knew that she was somebody she's super family oriented. She has a ton of siblings and spends a lot of time with them when she's home in the States. And that's something that's personal to her. And the Lord sees that. He sees our hearts, and he sees just those small details in our lives. So guys, we're going to keep going as the weeks come, and we're going to hear from other people that have served overseas and served in various aspects. So we'll continue to look at what this missional mindset looks like. But for tonight, don't go anywhere because we have a game for you, and Chris is going to come up and explain a little bit to us.
All right, that's for you just a little bit, but
Oh, thank you
hold
so
on
much.
to it. All right, so yes, like Heather said, we have a game for you guys, and this is to see who can chug a water bottle the fastest. And so this is where you guys come into play, where we need you to go ahead and make your submission of who do you think will win and the time it'll take for that person to then finish this entire bottle. And so your options tonight are myself, we have Caleb, we have Ben, and we have Heather. And so there are the four of us that are competing in this game. And so I will start us off. And so go ahead and make your submission. If you think I'm going to win, which I am, so just so you know, go ahead and put your name or put my name in there because I'm going to win. And just so you know, there's a prize. And so if you are right and you have the closest time to that, say without going over, if you can give us the closest time without going over, we will Amazon Prime you a gift. And if you want to know how good that gift is, just go ahead and DM Lily Griggs because she will be able to testify how good that gift is because it got there today. So go ahead and make your submission for Chris and go ahead and give your time because I am going to win. And do we have a stopwatch? We got a stopwatch out here? Someone got a stopwatch?
People are asking what's on your face.
Oh, they were. Yes, yes. If you had missed earlier, you had seen Caleb and I were getting a little haircut, and I had told everyone that you guys got to choose what would happen to my beard, and so that's why I have a bit of a nasty chops right now. So, and if we had over 100 people watching, I would either lose an eyebrow or my entire head.
that's
so
still going.
that's still going. If you guys can get 100 viewers,
That gift was amazing.
if you guys can get 100 viewers in the next 10 minutes, I'll either lose an eyebrow or all my entire hair. So just so you know.
100, we both shave, we both go bald.
That's right, 125, Ben and I both go bald. So, here we go. If you've got your time, we got a stopwatch? Yeah. We got a stopwatch ready?
I have a calculator.
All right, we got a stopwatch? Here we go.
Wait,
3.
stopwatch.
I got it right here on my phone. I mean,
All right.
on my watch.
All right, y'all count me down.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Weak.
All right, here it is. So far, it's been 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 6. Oh my land! That was 8 seconds.
8 seconds.
What the what?
Excuse me. All right,
All
Caleb.
right. So I am so far
8 seconds, people.
completely undefeated in these games. Completely undefeated. You need to understand that. If you bet on me, you're gonna want to change your bet. This is the night I lose. Here we go. Are we ready?
All right, 3.
I'm not ready.
Oh, okay.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Is someone timing him?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you don't want to spin down your shirt? Are you kidding me, Caleb? Oh my gosh, it's taking a very long time.
Drake, you didn't even finish
Not
it!
even finished.
What are you doing?
Wow, 21 seconds.
I'm terrible at chugging.
Wow.
All right, Heather.
All right, Heather. Heather, you're up. Your water bottle's on the table there.
Guys, like,
I'm out.
I have no hope of beating
Oh,
either of those
that was
people.
the fastest I've
Like,
ever drank anything.
I feel good about my 8 seconds, everybody.
my time is probably gonna be like 2 minutes, y'all.
Alrighty.
This gives me anxiety. All right.
She's gonna slow sip it.
I might
You want me to
actually.
count you down?
Please do.
3, 2, 1, go.
She can't even look at us.
No, I think this is the first game I haven't thrown up in.
Oh,
I'm proud of you.
This is the first game I feel like I am gonna throw
Oh,
up.
no, she's, no.
Heather, look
Oh,
at
Heather!
Heather!
They're not even in frame anymore.
You
Where's
can't
your-
guess.
where's your-
You can't guess Chris 8 seconds on that one. Time.
23 seconds.
Well, man, I'm glad I didn't lose. Heather.
You almost lost it.
Oh no, man! I had so much air in my stomach.
Oh. All right, Ben. Let's see what you got.
All right. You're just gonna want to go ahead
Oh.
and just say me and pick a time.
Caleb, you failed me. Is all. Sorry.
All right.
All right, here we go. We got.
You got your timer ready?
Hold on. Where's my timer? We lost our timer first.
Lost. We're waiting.
All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Are you kidding me?
How many seconds was that?
1.65.
No way.
What the heck?
Told you I wasn't losing. I wasn't losing.
Yes. Should we do whoever gets closest to Ben? I don't think anybody gets under 1 second.
I would agree. Whoever was closest to Ben won.
Ross, you can't guess. Oh, wait, you can guess now. Wait, they're still guessing. I see, we're behind.
Yeah, we're a little bit. Oh,
Wow.
That's done.
that one hurt.
Woo! Jeez, that was awesome.
What that?
Well,
Yeah, told
whoever
you.
had our closest guess to my boy Ben Hilton in the 1.65 seconds.
Jeez.
I kind of think it's magic. I don't even know if it actually is in there. I mean,
just like throw it behind
He
you,
just
kind
threw
of-
it behind him.
It's all on the wall.
Now, here's the deal. You need to remember, whoever guessed closest, we're going to send you a prize. We'll find you. We'll announce it. You DM us your address. We're going to send you something great. If you get 100 viewers, 100 people to watch on YouTube and or Instagram,
Whoa.
we will shave Chris's head.
On live
And if you get 150, we'll shave Chris and Ben's head. 2 for 1. And we don't just mean buzz cut. We mean bald cut. All the way to the skin. We love you guys. We are thankful for you. We hope you have a good week. Join us in the reading plan starting tomorrow.